think
मेरे को
we
जब
can
होगा
pick.
ना तो थम्स अप या ऐसा कुछ दे देना.
Alright, I think we are like
वी आर लाइव.
yes. All right. Welcome back everyone to Game Week 7 FPL Podcast, and I'm back with all three of my mates, Vimarsh, Aman, and Suraj. Some of us play Wildcard, a couple of us play Triple Captain. There have been some mixed variants around, some picks here and there. A lot to talk about and a lot to uncover for the upcoming game weeks. And let's kickstart in. Any thoughts? Aman, I like to start with you. How was your Wildcard?
Yeah, man, it was mixed. It was mixed feeling. Like I was glad that I could get in a lot of players, but I was a little bored seeing the same template picks. This time, like the game week 6 wildcard was very template, for a reason. Like the team was very strong on the template, but it felt just too boring to go with the same exact same team. So I wanted to sprinkle a couple of differential in there, and it didn't quite work out that way. More so just because I could not triple captain Haaland, to be honest. Like other than that, I'm not too dissatisfied, except for one uh, one Gabriel that decided to score in the extra time and ruin my sort of feeling for the wildcard week. Generally, when you wildcard, it's like such a special week for you because it's so much planning, so much tinkering with the draft that and keeps you so much engaged throughout the week till you hit the wild card. And it just it was a dampener a little bit, almost the last match, second last match of the week. And I was fine with the rank. I was okay with Haaland just going crazy on a week where so many had triple captain, but I was still okay with it. But that 113 pointer from Gabriel cost me a little bit too much,
So what
but it's
was
okay.
so
It's okay.
one question there. So what was more heartbreaking for you, Aman? Bruno's missed penalty or Gabriel's goal?
I think, yeah, I'll tell you, it was Gabriel's goal because I didn't have him in the team, and
Mhm.
he was almost like he was the template pick on the wild card. Also, I didn't go with him, and my like we'll discuss our team soon, so I'll show you why I couldn't go with Gabriel and why I didn't choose to go with Gabriel in the team. But Bruno was very much a template pick on the wild
Yeah,
card, and he was already decently owned. So him not scoring that penalty did hurt, but not as much. Because I
okay,
was like, okay, it's fine that so many others also have him. But now it's a concern that, people wildcarding hereafter might not, choose to have him. It's
exactly.
a double edged sword. Like if he does well, it's a good thing for me because others will not have it. He will not probably be so much more owned. So it's good. I'm fine with Bruno as a pick.
Nice.
I just hope the couple of differentials I've picked over, Gabriel and the likes, they work out in the next 2 weeks. That would make me feel a lot more better. But yeah, interesting week nonetheless. What do you have to say, Vimarsh, since you also wildcarded?
I did wild card. I had a big green arrow after a long time, and at a very broad level, I'm not very dissatisfied with the wild card because it almost reached up to the triple card points, triple
Triple
captain
captain point.
points. So I'm not that dissatisfied, but obviously I am concerned about Bruno primarily. Him missing the penalty, him converting that penalty would have just placed me on cloud nine. I would have been on an easy 80-85 pointer,
Yeah.
right? But him getting a -1 after a -3 of Sanchez in the last game week, and then now a -1 this one, it's a little heartbreaking in that sense. But apart from that, I think the rest of the team did fairly well, barring a couple who weren't as good. But yeah, I mean, I'm overall I'm happy with my wild card. I got 70
So
odd points.
during the game week, I was beating myself for not going for Senesi and going for Gabriel. Although I was very sure that I want either of them, but I went for Gabriel because I thought like the next two fixtures feel an edge.
Yeah,
Somewhere there is a goal coming for him, and like I mean, on top of Haaland triple captain, that Gabriel goal was like just cherry on top.
yeah,
Yeah, in the
So
hindsight, actually, if you think about it, in like now in the hindsight, you can think, yeah, going not going for a wild card rather, and just making those making use of the free transfers to maybe just get Haaland and triple captaining him would have covered everything up,
Would
right?
have.
Like it would have just a Haaland triple captain would have gotten you uh, what 42 points,
48.
right?
40
48. My bad, yeah, 48. So yeah,
on
that's
top of
more
that.
than
On top
half.
of that,
That's
you get
literally more
Watkins
than
too.
half of the team's point if you think like that, right? Like
On,
Yeah,
on,
average was
on
somewhere
top
I
of
got
that,
around.
only, I got
no,
only three returns in my team.
on top of that, Watkins also scored and dropped
Exactly.
a few passes.
Although, like
Watkins, Rogers.
a lot of people would have like, if I had to think about my team, I would have taken out Watkins to get in Haaland because
Exactly.
Yeah.
that's where I would have gotten the cash. But even then, like just getting in Haaland and triple captaining him simply would have been more than enough. Like even if I had to take a hit for that move, it might have still worked out. But it's fine. There will be other times when we would be now triple captaining and nobody like others wouldn't be. So
So
not
It's very,
we
too.
very hard to get a 2 goal, 1 assist return from triple
It
captaincy.
is hard. Like I wouldn't deny it.
We'll be
It's
under a
Well,
lot
like
of
you
it's
pressure
know,
now.
I was coming to that point only. So if you look at the bench boost week, it was a very low scoring week. I'm talking about bench boost game week 5. So again, a very low scoring week. So any like even 12 or 13 pointers on top had a better rank increase than this particular week because
Right.
teams on wildcard, teams on free hit, and teams on triple captain, all of them were cancelling each other somewhere or the other. So it was still a very difficult week to have a very decent rank rise. Whereas in the bench boost week, so again, I feel like it's just the matter of the fact in a game where you're putting triple captainship and let's say other fixtures are not so great and your triple captain delivers, then also it could be a considerable rank gain. So it's all about the how other fixtures and other players play out who are kind of template or like highly bought. So I
true
just
that.
want to call out for our viewers. So now, if we when we'll go to our team section, we have teams of multiple flavors. Now I am not on wildcard. Suraj is not on wildcard, but he's with a Salah Haaland draft. So interesting to know what he thinks. Next pod, during the international break, we are getting our current FPL Pulse Talk Championship leader. That's Ritin, who is also running Goloy podcast. He's already in top 100K and he started the season with Salah and Haaland. So will be good to catch his thoughts and how he has approached the season. And then obviously we have two wildcard teams, one with more template-ish where Vimarsh does have a cover of Spurs as well, but on the other side, Aman going slightly differential on the defense side, although still the major picks are there. So again, good to understand how they're planning to use their chips, the free transfers that are remaining. Suraj, any last minute thoughts? Otherwise, we can kick in.
No, no, I think we have covered pretty much everything. So let's move on.
You want to do the sponsor plug today?
Yeah, sure. So this is, as you can see, this is the new template kind of thing. So FF Scout is now offering 5% off, and you can use the code FFS Pulse 5 to get that offer. And all the data points that you see in our podcast or on our Twitter or Instagram handle are from FFS Scout. So thanks to them, and we are kind of a member. We have tied up with them, so please contribute in any way you can. And before we start the pod, guys, please follow, like, and subscribe this pod, as well as follow our other social media channel. Let's move on.
Right. So this is like we'll keep coming back to this fixture ticker throughout our pod. Kind of again put taken from FF Scout only. We've kind of customize it to look at more of an hop on and hop off fixture ticker, and we've also sorted it based on the difficulty. So if you see the upcoming run, the teams that are being favored and maybe highly owned when we talk about wildcard 8, and also considering what has played out in terms of information in the recent days, in terms of West Ham manager change, Newcastle looking good last night. So all those things playing out. So Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool, and Palace. These are the four teams I feel the wildcard 8 team will have some differentiation versus what Wildcard 6 was. Otherwise, I still feel the major picks from Arsenal stay consistent. The combination of whether going with two Arsenal defenders versus one or two attackers, that could be the thing that might change. But otherwise, I feel like this is a like going to be the theme of teams. On top of that, like game week 7, I think many people who's wildcarded in 6 could be planning to bench boost in 7, those who never played that chip earlier. And like I was also on that thought that I'll before wildcarding in 8, which is almost 90% locked for me. I'll also do bench boost in this game week to enable some cheap, uh, even a non-playing player in my uh, 15 for from the upcoming game weeks. But now Dewsbury Hall is suspended, so that plan for me has gone out. But otherwise, like guys, I want to know your thoughts, fixtures or players that you are targeting looking at this ticker. Any high level considerations?
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
mean, see, for me, yeah, Suraj, you can go first, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I think Newcastle defense is something I'm liking. Even their attack, I think it's kind of back, given that they are creating chances. They're not able to convert it before, but now they are able to. So maybe Gordon, but I'll wait for few more games to understand and see which is the pick over there. But apart from Newcastle defense, I would also, if you are wildcarding this game week, you can double up on Arsenal. I would go Gabriel and Timber, so you get that attacking side of Arsenal as well. If you're not going double attack for Arsenal, and yeah, I also have created wildcard seven draft. Actually, I'm thinking about wildcarding. I'll tell you the reasons for it as we move ahead. But yeah, that's my initial thought as of now. And Crystal Palace. I'm sorry to forget them. We keep on forgetting Crystal Palace players. But if you see Sar,
We understand why you forget.
Mateta. So yeah, Sar, Mateta. That's those are the one on my radar.
Yeah, for me, I think Crystal Palace looks like a team. I think we need to start looking at them like a top tier team. If they are basically able to beat all the teams like of the likes of Liverpool and and that is considering that they were not so bad without Sar and without Adam Wharton, right? So you need to take note of these kind of teams and look to get. Apart from that, I was just about to say that since I am on a wild card, I've already gotten a triple up on Arsenal. If somebody doesn't have enough Arsenal players in their team, I think that's the first team you should be looking to bring in into your team. Whether it's a defender that you, I, mean, I think definitely at least one defender, or at least one, or Raya as a goalkeeper, you should definitely be looking to bring in. I can still say if I were right now looking at Arsenal, I'm not so keen on their attack because it doesn't look as fluid, to be honest. Saka is not playing full 90 minutes. Gyökeres doesn't look as involved, although I have him in my team, but he's not as convincing. So you can still maybe hold off on bringing an attacker, but definitely their defense you should be looking to bring in at least one defender from or the goalkeeper from Arsenal. That's like the first priority. Second for me becomes Crystal Palace. I almost feel they are fixture proof at this point. At least so defensively they're very strong. Attacking, I was looking at stats. So Mateta has the second highest XG after Haaland in the league. Although he doesn't have as many goals, but you can that sort of means that there is a goal coming very soon, right? Right? Yeah, exactly. So his XG is 3.6. uh, uh, so and if you see the actual goals is not scored as such. So uh, I think Mateta is a really good shout. So is Sar, and then Arsenal defense. I mean, immediately I would be looking at these two teams.
Do you think
Right.
moving in, this is a question maybe for like Vimarsh also, who also has always an eye for attackers. do you think like this template of
Yeah.
Gyökeres, Pedro, or Haaland is essential, or maybe like Haaland would still be essential, but thoughts on Pedro because Pedro fixtures turn really well from 9, and I am still thinking that
Yes.
I think it's better to keep these three in combination and rotate your midfield because that's where I think you can jump, hop on, off of the good player from the fixture standpoint and keeping your striker consistent, but open to your thoughts.
Right. I still think right now, I again everybody who has Gyökeres or who doesn't have Gyökeres in their teams, they're not very confident about him because the only time he's done well, I think, has been against. He did really well against
Leeds.
Leeds in the 5-0 win. He got goals then, where you captained him also. So that was the best performance he's had. But that kind of also explains the fact that he might be
Flat track
lower
bully.
table. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
which is a good
looking
thing
at
also
that,
FPL
he
wise.
does
So
have a
target.
few matchups against the lower placed teams, right? Coming up in West Ham,
Exactly,
Fulham,
exactly.
Burnley,
The
Sunderland.
only, yeah, the only thing there is, yeah, the only thing there is now in hindsight, what I feel is like already Bruno's gotten a minus on his this thing again, and by any distant chance, am I audible?
I think there
Yeah,
was
you're
some issue with your
there is yeah, you're
internet.
breaking up a little bit.
Can you
I think
So yeah,
he's
I mean,
Yeah, meanwhile,
while
yeah.
he's figuring out his issue, I think he's right on saying that. Sorry,
can you
want to
hear me?
continue, Vimarsh?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I was. I think it's my internet or something, but just confirm if you can hear me now. Like,
Yeah, it has moved
we
from red
can.
to yellow, so it's much better now.
okay, it's much better. Okay, so the only thing I was saying is, I personally feel in hindsight right now that we could also go with a 3-5-2 instead of three people up front. And there again, there's nothing I have right now in terms of strikers, but I feel one player that I wanted to mention you should target for at least 2 game weeks should be Jadon Anthony from Burnley because he's playing Leeds and what's the other team? Wolves, I think. If
Yeah,
you look at Burnley's fixtures, yeah, Leeds and Wolves in the next three fixtures, this guy is looking fixture proof. So that is one person in if you're wild guarding, I would definitely keep him in my team. Apart from that, I would definitely right now looking at the fixtures and everything and the form, I would definitely keep one of Sar and Mateta. So if you're wild guarding right now, if I was wild guarding now instead of last week, I would keep Mateta probably up front and then probably get Saka in the middle instead of Bruno Fernandes or something like that. That would be much better going forward, is what I feel.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, guys?
I'm just thinking of whether like next week Isak becomes a genuine option because now you have a lengthy period after this game week till international break, and he's
Right.
already played 84 minutes in one of the game. Champions League Ekitike played, who also went off with the cramp. Probably he'll shrug off that injury, but I'm starting to think now Isak is a much better option than Gyökeres. And like my wildcard draft later in this pod, you'll see that what kind of template I'm thinking with that. And because I do feel that this is going to be a bandwagon behind him, the moment he gets a goal next week, right? Then it'll be very hard. And then the United fixture from a Liverpool standpoint looks good to me at home. I think
yeah,
it's a fixture target
There's
as
yeah,
well.
and
one
that's
thing add
I
that's
think
on Liverpool's form. I somehow feel that the loss to Crystal Palace kind of shaken their this thing
Yeah,
form
Yeah,
is what I feel. Before that, they were looking like they could win anything, even if they were scoring end goals. That just shows their winner mentality. But I feel the loss to Crystal Palace, it was a very good game. I mean, Crystal Palace played really well. It was a close game. In the end, they won. And then this Galatasaray, I think, only explains that this has kind of affected their psychology in terms of this thing. So I will not get
correct.
Isak for now until and unless I see a couple of wins from Liverpool, dominating wins. So
yeah.
Isak
Right.
can be a hold for now, at least for 2-3
Also,
game weeks.
yeah. Also on answering to your question on striker up front, I would go with Haaland, Mateta, and Gyökeres. Also, I'll in midfield, I'll go Sar and Saka. The reason I'm going double up or triple up on Crystal Palace and Arsenal is Gyökeres can move to Isak and Mateta can move to João Pedro if needed. So that is something I'll try to show my wildcard draft as well if we have some time. But yeah, that's my plan.
Right. So in terms
You
of high
thought
level to
hold
summarize
what?
fixtures, yeah,
Hold them
Vivash.
or two.
Oh.
No, I was just
So,
saying there's Voldemort too, who's now
but
scoring
the
goals left
fact
and
is
right.
now
Yep.
Is taking penalty even with him on pitch, so
Yes.
Gordon's stocks have gone up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I would still say Newcastle attack is a little bit of a punt as at the
Yeah.
moment. It's not a
Correct.
proven thing. Although Voldemort, if I'm not wrong, I'm not butchering his name.
You can
He
call him Voldemort. So that's
if
fine.
Voldemort is, at least he's shown some prowess in terms of goal scoring, but he's the team in going forward in attack has not looked the best. I think Gordon coming back in definitely improves them a lot, and they have the fixtures on their side too. So anybody wildcarding in game week 8, I think somebody like a Gordon should be on their minds for sure. And I like your idea, Suraj, when you're saying that you would probably have Gyökeres and Saka both, because sort of helps you in that in the transition to Isak when he does come into form, which is also a little bit of a surprise to me that it's already 6 game weeks have passed, and it's weird when Slot says that he still needs the international breaks matches with Sweden, after which we can call he's actually had his whole preseason. I don't think Ekitike needed that kind of time to show his thing, or to uh, quickly start scoring goals. So it's a little bit of, I know we are getting a little too impatient with players, but so yeah, it's getting more pronounced because there are other attackers in Liverpool who are not firing. Like Salah is not firing the way he was last season, at least the first half. Was expected to really show up. He hasn't. It's been, I think, what, 9 games now that Wirtz hasn't scored a goal. So it's been a compounding of that fact that only Ekitike, and initially 2-3 weeks I think Gakpo was amongst goals, but apart from them nobody has really come up. And now I feel that that lack of Diaz in that team is really showing up, right? Like he was that one player who would never, who would basically cover up for all the times when Salah or anybody else, or Diogo Jota or Nunes would not score, and he would come up with the goals. Now there is, when Salah is also not scoring and nobody else is, and you're basically relying on Ekitike, and any match he also doesn't perform, then you're lost.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of that as well.
But
Uh,
I think the best of fixtures are yet to come. Like we've already played
True that.
Arsenal, we played
True that.
Newcastle, Palace, and these were some tough games that had to, like, I was not expecting 5 out of 5 wins initially also, when the season hadn't kicked off. And I think it's also the fact that we were projecting in our previous pods as well that this run of scoring late goals and not being complacent at the start, this might turn out bad for Liverpool
Yeah.
some or the other time. And I think Palace and Galatasaray games are.
Right, right. Hmm. Okay, any other team that you think whose fixtures are changing or
See,
we
I
should
think
target?
an interesting team is Brighton. So they've shown that they will score goals, but they will also concede goals.
And you'll
So
And
never
also,
know
like,
who will start, apart from
you'll
Minty, I
never
think.
know who'll score goal. You'll never
Yeah.
know
exactly,
who'll score
that's
goal.
the problem.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
one player who is which
Mente.
I have noticed, exactly, who's sort of who is
Yeah.
involved at least in the goal scoring or attacks is Minte. He has more of an assist threat than a goal scoring threat. But I can understand that, if you really want to take a punt, maybe, with the fixtures really turning, so Brighton could be that one team. I do not trust. I mean, I think by this point everybody has Semenyo in their team, so Ivan Nelson is not really scoring. So Semenyo is the one attacker if you want, some Bournemouth attack. Wolves is not really clicking at the moment. A lot of people have Strand Larson as the third attacker from the very start of the season. They still have him, so I would expect them to do decently in at least game week 8 and 9, where they are facing Sunderland and Burnley. Brighton and Fulham, and then the rest of the fixtures don't look so good for them thereafter. And I was initially, I think, many of you have Spurs cover, right? I think probably I'm the only person on this pod who doesn't have any Spurs attack or defense for that matter. I think rest
Yes.
all of you have at least the attack.
Yeah.
I think Varun and Suraj, you guys have the
Buddhist.
defense as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but Spurs has also been very inconsistent, right? Like,
Yeah.
So they are inconsistent. I think after the last game that I saw with Kudus, I think Kudus is a must-have. He's gonna haul big in one of these games. He's missing all these chances and
No,
not converting all
I'll
these
tell you,
things. He's
if
getting a lot of
Kane was
involvements.
there instead of Richarlison, I would have gone for Kudus, no doubt. When there's
No,
Richarlison
but
over
I
there,
mean, I'm not even talking about the assist potential. Kudus missed a one-on-one header, clear header that I mean, he didn't miss it. It was saved and then hit the crossbar.
it was
And
again
he had a
Richarlison
couple of
spoiling
chances
for
like that
him.
in the game. He could have easily be on 2 or 3 goals in that game. I'm telling you,
Yep,
mark
yep.
my words, Kudus will score big in one of these games.
Yeah,
In
but when
one of these
I
next
agree,
games.
if you already have
Yeah,
Sar, go for Kudus, the next option. But
correct,
if you don't have Sar, I
correct.
would prioritize Sar over Kudus.
Also, there's one more player that I think because between 7 and 8 there's an international break, right? So
Hmm.
there's one more player that I feel if you're wildcarding right now, you should definitely keep someone like Diouf in your team because Nuno will have had enough time between the international break thing and game week 7 to kind of inculcate some of his fundamentals into West Ham. So I feel personally West Ham will also have a turn of fixtures because they are attacking. They have Bowen up front and they have Paqueta up front and Diouf is just a monster. He's already in this failing West Ham side. Is already even 4 assists. He's on
Yeah,
the highest number of assists in terms of defenders in right now. So Diouf is. I would keep him as a must-have. I would keep Diouf and Jaden Anthony as kind of differential must-haves in my
right, right.
wildcard team.
I'll tell you why Diouf's
Yeah,
option, like people are not considering him as a defender in their FPL
yeah,
because you get DEFCON points from some other FPL defenders. Currently, DEFCON is heavily
yeah.
weighted when in FPL as of now. It might change as we progress in the season, but that's the
Right,
reason people are not going for Diouf. If you ask me, last season I would surely have Diouf. I won't care if he's not getting clean sheets, he's not getting points.
right.
But
Right.
he
But
does get
once West
attacking
Ham
return.
turn Yeah. But once West Ham's fortunes turn and let's say they start defending really well because Nuno is known for his defensive setups also.
Yeah,
So his teams kind of become better defensively. So if they start keeping clean sheets, Diouf is going to flood in all of these managers' teams. So that's what I
yeah. I
feel.
think this season he could be a fixture pick. If the fixtures are good, go ahead and pick him. Okay, let's
Correct,
move
correct.
ahead.
And you could kind of buy
Mhm.
before the wave also
Yeah,
because once then folks start transferring him in, then prices rise and stuff like. Because I feel he has a lot of potential, a lot of
right.
potential.
Yes, yes, I agree. 4 assists in 6 games. I don't think any
He has
defender
a
has done that.
contrary to I don't mean to be racist, but contrary to his skin color, he has a bright future.
I
please,
think
guys,
these,
let's be,
these
let's
rumors
not
is
be.
gonna put a strike
I'm,
on this pod.
Yeah, bro, don't say such things. Uh,
I'm just
but
joking.
yeah, I was about to say, let's discuss the upcoming matches for this game week 7 quickly. Uh, what do you, yeah, Suraj, let's start with the first one up, Bournemouth Fulham.
Yep, yep. So before we go ahead, so Rusha pointed out that Crystal Palace entry point is better after game week 10. Yes, we agree. But as Aman pointed out that Crystal Palace is the team which you can't ignore. They play well against the big teams as well. So you can still get attacking returns, no doubt in that. Moving to projected goals
No,
and
what?
clean sheet.
Just one
Mhm.
second. So, last match, Fulham sort of like felt very. So, why I'm bringing up Fulham because a lot of people I think have Anderson in their defense. So do I. So, I'm not so sure now. That whether he's as fixture proof or not. I mean, I think he'll still get the DefCon points nonetheless. But yeah, I mean, in general, Fulham did look a little weak once Raul Jimenez was subbed off, and it seems like he has at least a short-term injury, so he will probably not be playing. And I think Muniz is already on the sidelines, he himself being injured. So, how does it change your thinking on Fulham? Considering their defense specifically.
See, you got Anderson for DEFCON. I don't think you were heavily confident on their clean sheets. They might get pick up clean sheet here and there. So treat him accordingly. I mean, he's a DEFCON monster. He'll keep on getting DEFCONs. Some games it might get missed. Some games
I
they
think
might
he does have
concede
an
more
aerial
than two.
threat too, and aerial threat
Yeah.
is something that I think like a goal like Gabriel, and when you have some fixtures where he'll face opponents which are not very good at set pieces, which we are seeing, um, like set piece goals this season are considerably higher than previous season. So if that is the case, then Anderson like, is a good asset. Plus, he's also long ball. He's also taking some long free kicks as well. He's been taking that in the past as well. So I think with Anderson, even like I am on my wild card, I'm thinking of maybe not picking Tarkovsky now because Anderson, Richards, Senesi, these three and plus 4.0 defender will be a better thing than spending 1.5 million extra on Tarkovsky. So that's the case. So I think you can be certain with him. Like
But
there'll be a lot of people who will come on him, and he might be 5 million by like next 5 or 6 game weeks.
If you're
yeah,
talking about Anderson,
I would suggest go double Arsenal defense or double
yeah,
Newcastle defense rather than Anderson.
because
Easy choice for
the
me.
thing with Anderson also is like if you're targeting for DEFCON, we must also understand he doesn't play for a bit like in terms of like um, um point potential. He's not in a very big team. They'll be somewhere around 8 rank, 10th ranked team or something like that. The thing is, you're
Yeah,
not going to play him week in, week out. And the point that you mentioned also, Varun, about the fact that he might haul in one of the weeks, that'll only happen if you play him week in, week out. Otherwise, you'll just be lucky if you get a return from him. So that's the only
right.
downside of having Anderson because someone like Gabriel, let's say if you get a premium defender like Gabriel, he can hit DEFCON, he can hit a goal, and you're going to play him week in, week out. So you will reap the benefits of his returns. So that's
Right.
one thing to consider when you consider Anderson. That's why I didn't get him. I didn't get Anderson. And
Yeah.
I'm happy that I get Anderson. I got Richards, considering Crystal Palace's form. So that
Yes.
is one thing I'm happy about in terms of my wildcard draft that I did last
I
week.
think
Or the
Richards is season long hold. No doubt on
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
even I feel now after looking at Crystal Palace right now. Let's see.
And he's great at headers also. Goal will come. I'm
Yeah.
not sure when,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Again, then I
it
need to
will
play
come.
him week in, week out. Right now, the problem is I'm playing Van de Ven, Gabriel, and Senesi. Right now, I plan to play them again. Now, this guy Richards might haul in one of the weeks. I don't play him, so that's the thing. That's the downside of having these players. You need
Yeah,
to have them week in, week out to get to reap the benefits of their returns.
right, right. Okay, let's
Yeah.
move to Arsenal and West Ham. I think this is the game which I'm fearing a lot. And I'm thinking of wildcarding just because of this game. Not just because of this game, there's Crystal Palace angle as well. But yeah, what do you feel about this, guys? I mean, it's an easy fixture. Arsenal will easily win.
I think clean sheet is almost sealed here. Like, look at the odds,
Yeah.
51% odd. That's as good as it
Bowen is
gets.
probably
And
dangerous.
Highest this season I've seen, I think.
yeah, and
And
Bowen is probably
definitely, I am expecting a haul, right? Like a
yeah,
defensive haul. This is the fixture I've gotten Gyökeres in my team for, really.
me
Uh,
too.
but yeah, I mean, West Ham, Nuno Espirito Santos coming in as a coach for West Ham now has changed their outlook a little bit. They did seem defensively much better in the last game. I am not expecting like a 4-5 kind of a goals in this fixture from Arsenal. I am maybe two at the least still. I wouldn't be surprised that they get two at least. But yeah, I mean, the appeal attack wise has gone slightly lower.
yeah,
I do feel
Mm.
like now, if you looked at last night lineup of Arsenal, Kala and Timber both didn't start. So I think you can, Aman, because you went with Calafiori and you had some thoughts
Yeah.
around moving him for Gabriel, I think it's fair to assume that
That
there
was
can,
initial. I am not making a sideways move
yeah.
like
yeah.
that.
So I
That's
You
think
not
can go double up,
that's
hall
but
not
potential.
done.
If you
yeah,
if you
But
have to
I
look at an
still
hall
feel
potential, I
West
think
Ham
this
could pull
is
one off with Bowen. West Ham still could pull. I think it could be a 3-1 or something like that because Bowen is
Could be.
absolutely
no.
unpredictable and fixable.
yeah, yeah, yeah. With
So
It's
Bowen, you
all
can't
whenever,
about
predict. 0.08 XG and he
yeah,
has scored a goal.
if
right.
Bowen
Arsenal
being
haul,
That
Bowen.
sort of
I'm
thing is
pretty sure it
happening.
will not be a clean sheet. I'm guaranteeing you, if Arsenal score more than 3 goals, it will not be a clean sheet because the teams tend to like concede after that. And, it'll be
I'll
either
tell you,
if they go 4 or 5, it'll be 4.
By the way,
That's
people
what I feel.
people owning
they
Calafiori and Timber might get clean sheet because they get subbed early, and West Ham
That's
loves
the
to
thing.
score
That's what I was coming to.
last.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
for to
Aman,
be
you are saying.
honest, I also had Calafiori in mind from an attacking,
Correct.
perspective as well. He's been involved. He does, you definitely find him closer to the goal. Even in last match, he was very close to scoring a header. By the way, so I
Yeah.
was, it was I was. It made me, it was good to see that, and the other part was that now Saka is back, and I was discussing with you guys that Timber will probably not have as many of crossing chances because Saka takes up that space,
Right.
like basically hogs that whole wing if he's in the team. So the appeal for Timber, that is why I went down for me, and I wanted to get some cash, so I went with Calafiori. Let's
Right.
hope so that he does. Hope, fingers crossed, he gives me some returns and a clean sheet.
Yeah. Also,
Other
people on
people,
free hit, if you are, you can consider as a just as a punt, one game week punt.
yeah, he also
Eze
didn't.
was not playing in the.
Yes.
He didn't start yesterday in the
I
yesterday's
think
But
now
Champions League
Odegaard is
match.
Odegaard
also
might
back,
be a
right?
Champions League player for us.
Odegaard is also back, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
He's
he
a,
started
oh,
yesterday. He won't start, I think.
hmm.
The
Oh,
Yeah. And Gyökeres
but
played
he'll
90
continue to
minutes.
be
What do you
top
think about that?
he was
He'll
not
continue
They
involved
to
have
again.
striker.
Yeah, so I mean, he was still like not to be found. I mean, I was watching that match, now and then, and I was not able
No,
to
I think
find him on the pitch,
the
not close to
Martinelli
the
goal would
goal.
have been his goal. That was his
He,
shot that struck the post and then on rebound. Apart from that, yeah, there was very less thing, but I think he still has some threat against these kind of teams.
yeah,
Yeah, he has around 0.5 xg last game.
it's not bad, not bad,
Not bad.
but yeah,
Yeah. It's finding the spaces or pockets that are necessary
I
for
Let's
think
quickly
striker.
go through the key fixtures. I mean, Liverpool, Chelsea, we have Pedro. Chelsea also look a little decimated from injuries,
yeah.
yeah.
suspensions are happening here and there. So,
I'm
but
telling
I
you,
think
it's a
this is
psychological.
the game I can't
Bayern's
predict.
loss,
I do feel like Chelsea have a good
Bayern's
chance.
loss has Bayern's loss has shaken Chelsea, and Crystal Palace loss has shaken Liverpool. It's a psychological game after all as well.
Yeah.
I feel
But
that. I mean,
this,
they could definitely bounce back and all, but
yeah.
it affects
But
them.
this is the game where Isak could haul because Chelsea won't sit back and just defend. Since it's their home game, they will try to attack as well, which leaves spaces back behind for Salah and Isak.
Even if we defend at this moment, even if we are
Enzo might score.
defending, we leave all the
Yeah.
spaces for everybody to come and score goal against us. It's so bad. I can't tell you how, like, I'm frustrated with watching this Chelsea team. It seems like a few I understand, like, we do have key injuries, right? Palmer is not playing, Colville is injured, up top, Liam Delap is not able to play, so Pedro is not playing in his favored false 9-10 position. He's being forced to play as an attacker, as a 9. So it's not the most ideal, but the way we are behaving is so underconfident. Like, it seems like nobody knows where they are positioned, where they are running, right? Like, I've seen so many occasions, even in the Champions League match against Benfica, that like our players were running after the ball, and I've been noticing it for the last 3 matches. Okay, uh, and like, it's like they don't know where they're supposed to play, how where they're supposed to maintain the line at the defense. So I am absolutely sure that Liverpool will score maybe at least maybe 2 goals even easily, and the odds are also showing it, 1.7 predicted goals. So it's very weird space that Chelsea are in, and I am just hoping that Pedro returns in this game. I have no hopes from our defense at this moment. I think this will be the game that gives
Same goes
Liverpool
for
their
Liverpool
confidence back.
also. And if you see the odds, I think this fixture is unpredictable by the market as well. And by the virtue of how Liverpool defense is, Konate did play good last game, but overall the defense looks bad. Anyone can attack from the Kirkes side, and I think Liverpool look vulnerable from that side as well. It is still not decided whether Sozobo has to play right back or in the midfield. What is the final role for Wirtz in the team? So it is a little chaos. I mean, one game is enough to turn all these questions around, and it will be fine. But I think a very unpredictable game, all in all. I think like the other captainable fixture that people are looking at is United, like captaining Bruno or Mbumo for against Sunderland. But I think Sunderland last game showed us that they are like no pushovers and like had a proper game defensively as well as even on an attacking point of view. I think they are solid over there. So can't be like we cannot just consider this as a fixture where you will have all your players hitting scores and could be a 3-0, 4-0 kind of score line.
Yeah. Okay, let's move to next fixtures. Which do you want to pick?
I
I
think
think
what
City
are
Brentford is captain. I think City Brentford is again
yeah,
triple captainable for me.
exactly. So I
Yeah.
was about to come to that. Like, do we think that this is a triple captainable type of a
Nope,
fixture, or
So I put a
City are not
tweet.
playing at home, City are
Last game
away?
also Haaland
So
scored 2 goals.
so I put a tweet on our Twitter handle saying that Haaland is a triple captaincy pick this game week. The reason
against
is
Brentford.
Brentford have scored, like Brentford have conceded 6 out of their 11 goals that they have conceded from a striker position, like where striker was involved. So 4 goals and two
Okay.
assists where striker was involved, and this is considering all teams that they have played against. So not necessarily all striker were talismanic pick in each of those teams. So I think you can, and given the Haaland's form, you should.
I don't think so. The thing is, I don't think after international break we'll have such a nice run of form from him because of the fixture congestion, everything. Fixtures are even tough. Here, the fixture seems to be like, I think it is fine. Just that it is not a home fixture, but again, Haaland is Haaland. So
I mean,
I really feel
the
it is
only
the best chance right now.
the only thing is I mean we've already seen triple captaincy working against a team like Burnley. I would not risk it against Brentford. It's not very convincing to do it against Brentford because they haven't conceded more than 2 or 3 goals, if I'm not wrong, in any game.
But they haven't played City
They
also yet.
haven't played, yeah, City. City is the
They
next
haven't played any big
level
team,
form.
is it? I mean, Brentford are not bad. That's the problem, right? Because they are fine attacking wise, midfield defense wise. They have good players. It's not like a
I think
lower
they
ranked
would
team.
have conceded 2 goals against United also.
Yeah.
So that you can assume
Who?
like City, Brentford. So you can assume like City can like against City also they can score. And I think United had over like even if I take out the penalty, they had over 1.5 xg. So which is considerable. Like
Yeah, I mean their defense has definitely
Like,
been very weak. They've not shown. I mean, going up forward, they've improved. I think definitely. Like
Yeah.
Kevin Shard and Thiago, they
Henderson
both,
putting
and
that
Henderson
long
coming
ball.
in.
Yeah.
Correct.
yeah, they lost to Fulham 3-1. They lost to Fulham 3-1 and Nottingham Forest 3-1 in the first game. Yeah. So they have
Yeah.
conceded.
So I do
And
feel
look,
it's a definite consideration in my
yeah,
mind.
and I'll
and
tell you the upside. Upside is about like if you look at the fixture play, right? Other than Arsenal, West
Can
Ham,
we
that
go
you
back to the
already
fixture ticker and just look at
yeah.
City's fixture? Yeah.
If I'm on triple captains, I'll triple captain.
no, I think after this, the
And I'm
only
not going into
fixture
this alone.
after
I
this, if you
feel, yeah, it's either
Leeds
game week 13 Leeds or game week
Yeah,
15
that
Sunderland.
is a
15.
midweek fixture. Game week 13 is a midweek fixture.
No, no, no.
okay.
I think there is a midweek fixture before Champions League fixture in that. I was just checking the
This
other day.
Premier
I
League
think,
fixture is midweek.
Game week 13 is weekend. Game week
yeah,
14 is week midweek, and then game
game
week
week
15 is
13
again
is Saturday. That fixture is
Saturday.
Saturdays.
Yes.
Although
Yeah,
it's the first fixture, so would you risk your captaincy on the
see,
Bro,
first fixture of the week?
and it's Leeds home now, so you can do
No,
that.
it's City home.
It's
It's
City
City
home.
home.
City
It's
won.
City home. You can surely do it. The only problem is during the November December time is the congestion and all those things come into
I'm
play,
telling
and
you.
you never know
Yeah,
if Haaland will be in the same form
Oh,
as today. So
it's just
So
after the international break
by
also.
by the way, what is that before we end? Brentford
I
have
think
only
Vimersh, your
lost
voice is
I
breaking.
think we yeah
no, it's
again now.
actually not right after. So to correct
Can you?
you, Varun, like so game week
It's 11
11.
is 11 is international.
Yeah.
12 is
So
after
after
international.
11, there is the international break.
Mm.
So this
Yep.
fixture we are talking about is 13. The problem is that there is a fixture. Okay, so game week 12 there is a fixture, and then there's a week's gap, and then 13 we have the Leeds fixture at home for City. But there is 14. Game week 14 is a midweek.
Yeah,
So that is
13
when
you
they're
can do.
playing Fulham, and that's a midweek fixture. So it is likely that Haaland might be taken off earlier in the game week 13 fixture. So I can understand it, that
So
is a risk.
can you
They,
hear me?
and the other
Can
part
you hear
is
me?
that they're playing at home in 13, and right now they're playing away.
So
Yeah.
Vimarsh, I think there's a lot of breakage in your voice. I think you're pla trying to say something, but we are not able to receive anything.
Yes. Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah, would you mind rejoining or closing your tabs? That might help.
Yeah. And the
Okay.
other thing, I mean, like if you can go back to game week 7, yeah. So now I am saying like just to anticipate this like a bench boost 5, so you can have a very high upside. Even let's say Haaland doesn't have a same haul as it's better now, Vimarsh, I think.
Oh no, so what I was saying, I'll tell you why we will not play triple captain this week, Aman. So,
Why?
so the
Tell
thing
me
is,
why.
no, so the thing is, Brentford have played 6 games in which there have been 3 home and 3 away games. They've only lost the away games, and they are
They
playing City
only
at their home. And
the
at
match,
their home,
the
at their
main
The
home,
match is going.
wait. The
and
only
wait, and at their home, Brentford have beaten Aston Villa, drawn with Chelsea, and defeated Manchester United.
Fair point.
okay, fair. I
And
think he
So
said his piece
next
and
week
he signed
they are
out.
slightly better.
he said his bit.
Like mic drop. Uh,
My God.
okay.
I hope I was
Okay.
able to get
yeah,
my
yeah,
message
yeah. We
across.
got your
Yeah.
point. So it's a
You're able
difficult
to make your
fixture. I
point.
get it. Like Brentford are definitely better at home,
At
but
home.
then again,
Yeah.
it's City. Like Chelsea. Basically
They just
Chelsea.
drew 2-2
We
with
we
Monaco
got a
right
red
now.
card. We were on a red card, so the game was not like a normal game.
Yeah.
Manchester United. We don't know how did they not score,
It's
but they
United.
had. It's United, and
Same.
again
We know how they do it.
they had 1.5 or more xg, right, as Varun was saying. So it's, and Villa, we all know how poor of a form they're in. So it's also that kind of, the evidence is also very weird that at home they've played teams which are
I mean, I'm
particularly
always
not
against
doing well.
triple captaincy away fixtures. Yeah.
There
I
are
think one thing is like if
Triple
you look
captain.
at all the fixtures of this game week, they are tightly contested. Liverpool, Chelsea, I don't expect a huge FPL score from everyone. So do you see, and the only huge FPL score fixture is Arsenal game,
Arsenal.
United, right? And that you have like that coverage is already there.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to worry about that. So the only other thing where you can gain is City and Haaland triple captain, because none of most of that is gone away last game week. This is the only game week where you can say he's in a very hot run of form, and he's due a hat trick, bro. Last 3 seasons in 10 game weeks, he's always had 2 hat tricks.
I'm almost convinced of a triple captaining in this week. Let's
Go
see.
I
for it.
see an
Go for it,
upside.
Aman.
I see an upside. It's anyway going to be our
So
captain. So he's our captain for a
Yeah,
reason, right?
for sure.
so Rishabh is saying Foden has done well at Brentford, and that's true. I think Aman,
And
you
I'm
have Foden.
so praying on that he does well. I'm so praying that he does well. I think like
I think
he'll
Aman, there is a huge variance coming your side.
Yeah.
I'm praying for
I let's
If
hope so. Let's hope so.
did Foden start yesterday?
No, I don't
No,
think
right?
so. No.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Good for Foden owners then. Oh, he did start,
Yeah,
and he played
he
he
90 minutes.
started.
he played
He played
90.
he played
Yeah.
90.
Oh
But
wow.
Reinders
he's a
also
he's a
played
young
90.
player.
Haaland also played 90.
Pep told that he's a young player. He has those stamina and strength in his leg to play 90 minutes every game. Anyway,
But then
any other
But I think
teams?
Pep also knows Foden does well against Brentford, so he will start him.
Yeah. Okay, any
He
other
Like
was
team
not.
you want
United
to
are quite
discuss?
stalemate. I don't think like from
United.
a targeting.
United. I think a lot of people have Bruno in their team. What do we think? Is Bruno still on penalties? Vimarsh, what do you think?
He should be for now, unless he keeps on missing all of them, because he hasn't missed too many in the last few years. It's just these two that he's missed primarily. The
The
rest of
But
last
I
two he
feel
has
like
missed.
that's just missed much before that. So he should be kind of regretting that. I mean, had he scored the penalty, we would have had a completely different mindset about it. But now that he's missed it, it's a bit this thing. I don't
So
know. I'm not sure
is
what
he a
to do.
transfer out after this week? I mean, I'm sure
yeah,
like he stays here for the
You
week.
Keep him at least for this week. Maybe you give him better.
Vimarsh,
I
your
think, yeah,
connection is really poor. We're
we
getting
are
a
not
lot
able
of
to.
breakage.
maybe
Yeah.
change your
I think for
internet connection.
Fernandez, my point of
Take
view is
United.
you brought him for Sunderland. You were like most of the people
Yeah, yeah.
thought him as a decent captain
Almost like
or
a
the best
captain this
captain.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one will do it given the Haaland form, but keep him like you got him for this game. We keep
This
him
week
if it
for sure.
doesn't work.
For sure. I think in the
The
next maybe he becomes a consideration for a transfer, in the next from the next week. Not this week for sure.
yeah.
Leeds are impressive. What are your thoughts on Leeds? I think they're not so much like
I
that
think this is
for
more
sure.
like Bielsa feeling I'm getting out of them again. So this is like one game good and then the other game poor. That is, I think, their trajectory more or
But if
Okay,
you
less.
I
see
think
in the last few, they've been defensively solid actually. They've not conceded as many chances. They've won the previous game. Last game they drew uh, against, or they actually won, did they, against Tottenham,
last game they won
right?
against
1-0.
Tottenham.
Oh, sorry, not Tottenham. They're playing this week. Sorry. Last game they did actually win, right?
Draw with Bournemouth, right?
With Bournemouth. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was
So
a draw.
they're and Rodon actually scored uh,
Yeah.
in that match.
But they haven't
So
played very difficult fixtures. So they had played Arsenal, Newcastle, Bournemouth, which were the like toughest fixture for them.
tougher.
Rest they have played Wolves, Fulham, Everton. So
Hmm.
not sure. Like attacking wise, they didn't play a lot of good.
I'm very much like what the odds predict. I think it's going to be that kind of. It could
Yeah.
very well be like a 1-1 draw
Yep.
in Leeds Tottenham fixture.
Yeah.
Tottenham
And
are
I
very
don't think Spurs are
unpredictable.
keeping clean sheet this game week.
Yeah. Spurs are not keeping clean sheet. So anybody who has like Spurs defense, I am not so upbeat on their defense
Yeah.
picks, especially Van de Ven. Unless he gets a clean sheet, he's not really uh, you know uh, getting you any defcon points. Neither is Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro's assist threat has gone drastically down after Xavi has come into the team, and the only guy who's actually on some defcon is Romero, who is at 5 million. I'm not so keen on spending 5 million on a Tottenham defender,
Yep.
to be honest. So I would be, if you have Tottenham defenders in your team, I think after this week you should be looking on a plan on how to move them to other defenders.
Plus, Frank
Actually,
is
next
also on a
fixture,
rotation spree.
yeah.
Yeah,
Also, next fixture for Spurs is better than this. They have Villa, who
by
I'm not sure.
Bro, Villa is again very unpredictable now.
Yeah. But just with this game, like last game week, they scored. Otherwise, they had what, zero? Yeah, zero goals to show. But anyway, Rusha pointed out that DCL is someone who can
I would
be a
no,
potential pick.
I'm so
He
absolutely
could be
off.
your eighth attacker, not your first team
Yeah.
player.
I think if you're looking for a bench boost, like
Yeah,
you want to look for a bench boost in somebody, even then, I would rather go with somebody else, like a
Also,
Foden from West Ham in
yeah.
that case, and not with
Isidore.
DCL or
Isidore is
Isidore.
also a
Yeah,
good pick.
Sunderland, Isidore.
Yeah. But
Definitely, he will be
we
my
have,
pick instead of
yeah, we
DCL.
have lot of good players up front. I don't want to waste that slot. I would like
Correct.
three attackers or strikers who are confirmed starter and confirmed point givers, kind of thing. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, but Leeds have not really been converting their chances, honestly, like through their actual, forwards. They've been getting goals from the likes of Stats, from the likes of Rodon, and other defenders even. But the forwards are not as involved, although they do have proper nines like
yeah,
DCL and who was it? Peru. But
Pero.
but I mean, they're not really converting. And DCL's, I think his time is gone. I was reading a stat. He probably now, on an average, requires 10 big chances to score one goal. That's too much. That's way too much. So I will not be trusting and getting into him on based
इतने
on
में हम भी कर देंगे.
nostalgia.
We can also convert it into
Yeah, even we would do better than that.
Yeah, I see
Yeah, just
Vimarsh is
joking.
back and his internet as well. So, you have
Yeah.
any final thoughts on Fernandez, Vimarsh, before we move to next slide?
No, with Bruno Fernandes, I think if you don't have him, don't get him. If you have him, just
Yeah.
keep him.
Yeah,
Keep
Simply
him.
put.
perfect.
Don't
Okay.
buy, don't sell.
Aman, you
Yeah.
are saying something? Your final thoughts on this?
No, no, I was just saying with Bruno, it's a don't buy, don't sell this week.
Got it.
And then we assess from next week. I think we'll use those funds
It's
to
across.
upgrade
Yeah.
as when the picks up emerge.
Okay. Okay, fine. Let's move to next slide, which is an attacking stats. I'll start first. It's obvious. Haaland, Mateta. I'm not sure about Wood. I won't go there. Sar for sure. Anthony as your eight attacker. Semenyo should be in your team.
I
Yeah,
mean, to me, the players who are not on almost everybody's team that are getting highlighted are Ismaila Sarr
yeah,
and Enzo also.
Yeah.
Enzo, until Palmer is out of the team, he is on pens. And from game week 9, Chelsea's fixtures are really good. From game week 9, we face Sunderland in 9, and then after there we have a good run of fixtures. So he could be a fair shout, and he's much more forward. He's already gotten as many big chances he got the entire last season, and by game week 6 he has already generated that much. So he's playing in a little bit of a forward role as well, since we don't have uh, Palmer in the team meanwhile, and he's on pen, so he's a good shout. And then Jaden Anthony, like, he just can't stop scoring, man. Like, it's just that he's from Burnley, and we are not a lot of people are not able to trust in the team. Otherwise, he's just been getting returns almost every week, literally. What are your thoughts? Are you thinking of, would you suggest people to
Absolutely
consider him strongly on a wild card at least?
strong,
yep.
strong
If you are
suggestion on a
going,
wild card because
yeah,
they're playing good in the next 3 game weeks. They're playing Burnley and Wolves. Absolutely. Oh, sorry, they're playing Leeds and Wolves.
Leeds
So
and Wolves, yeah.
absolutely, David Anthony. Absolutely, he
If
scored against
if
City also.
yeah, if you are bench boost yet to be played, consider Anthony
Yeah,
for sure.
101%.
So how would you compare Anthony and Caicedo from Chelsea, who is almost sure of a defcon every game? So, like, they're exactly same price, 5.7 at the moment, gives you a Chelsea cover, in a way, not cover I would say, but at least gives you a 4 point floor for a player in
Still
midfield.
go with Anthony. Anthony's upside is huge as compared
Yeah,
to Semedo.
I think
right,
from
right.
a
Fair.
consistency lens, I am considering Shaka on my wild card.
But
Yeah.
anyway, all this player, Caicedo, your 5.5 and 5 million players will be your eighth attacker, right? That's what I'm assuming. If that is the
Most
case,
Even
yeah, pick,
Shaka will not haul. He'll probably give an assist or
yeah,
something and Defcon. But
Shaq,
Jadon Anthony in one of the games got a goal assist. He got a goal. He's scoring basically.
yeah. Just get Anthony. Even I'm fine with Shaka. Play your bench boost,
Yeah.
remove that point for or 1 million from there and put it somewhere else. That's my thinking.
correct.
Don't stress on it a lot.
Get better otherwise.
I would not
No.
suggest at all.
I'm just
No, I mean,
joking. I
it's a
was
So
just
joke,
if I
saying.
had,
obviously.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if
It's
I
a joke.
let's say we have to rank the top so far the season, whatever we've seen, third three worst strikers you have
Beto.
seen. No, three. Tell
Oh,
me.
three. Beto, beto,
Better,
beto,
better,
beto.
better.
Better, better.
I can.
Okay.
I'll
I
go with
think
Beto.
Beto,
and I'll go with.
Watkins.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Watkins is
I
continue
not
would
bad.
existing,
say
but otherwise,
based on the hype, Pero has been absolutely poor. Like
Hero,
Yeah.
yeah. He
I'd
got
actually go with
injured.
absolutely
Cisco also.
shit.
I'm not too happy with Cisco also.
Yeah, Sesko
Oh,
also not living
Not
up to
very
the
happy.
hype, and for that matter, even I mean, Gyökeres is also not up top. But like, I would still not rate him as the amongst the worst. He's still
I
given
mean,
a
he's got three goals
two goal
so far.
haul.
I mean,
yeah. So
yeah,
I
so
But
have
I
few picks like from the start of the season till now. What has changed is Strand Larson, who we thought would be an explosive
yeah,
pick. He's not. Beto is another one. We seen his number is getting a lot of chances, but he needs a lot of shots and chances to get those converted or translate that into points. And my third will be who's the West Ham striker? What's his name?
Full
full
group.
group.
That was my
Fulkrug.
first.
Yeah.
He's on first
true.
for me.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
This
Still good.
these three are worst.
Yeah, true.
agree with that. Agree with
Uh,
that. That's a fair selection of poor strikers.
yeah,
I think I'm good at those. I should play an
Yeah,
elimination game.
yeah,
yes. I think in terms
yeah.
of best strikers, I'd go with Haaland, uh, probably Pedro, and
Mateta?
if third one, I'll just keep Mateta, yeah, just for the
Yeah.
sake of it. Although he just scored 1 or 2 goals, I think.
Yeah, again, Mateta is someone same as similar as Semenyo. Needs a
Exactly.
lot of chance to convert. But he
Exactly.
almost
He's
hit the pole last game
Yeah,
week
I saw
against
against Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Yeah,
And he had a lot of one-on-one chances. It's Allison
I
who
had
has
him.
saved
I
that
had
game.
him for game weeks 4 and 5, so he returned in 5. So I was happy that I took him out in my wildcard draft. But looking at
The
the return
one
and how it's
I
impacted
also
the
have
team,
one pick, and I don't know whether he's on list, but I'm thinking of Minte.
yeah,
Yeah, we
Aman was
talked
mentioned.
about him. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to dilemmas.
yeah,
So Liverpool form starting to get exposed, not convincing in last few games. I think not very convincing. If I have to say convincing performance, if I put benchmark as last season, then none of the game has been convincing. There have been um, minutes of windows like 15, 20 minutes where we have played completely kind of dominated, we can say.
yeah,
And that if you have to break game into like four halves, like four quadrants, then I think we've kind of won 2 versus 2. Like other opponent team also are outplaying us in those 20 or 50 minutes always. And the only thing that we have better is the quality of players, which in those deadlock situation turn up well, where other team might not have that quality or that even that confidence, right? Coming from a title winning season, you do have that aura, and the players on the field do bring up that particular aspect that you can come back. So I think that's what we've been seeing. In
yeah.
terms of, is there a lot of concern? I don't think so. The only concern thing that we moved out of our team was Salah's form, which is not that direct, not happening. Forwards, I think it is. I'm very patient with him. I think I've seen enough to believe that he will be getting those hauls sooner or
For sure.
later. May not be a FPL pick that much like others, but he will still be amongst the assisters that Liverpool need.
Yeah.
It just needs one confidence. I mean,
Correct.
against last game also he created good chances against Palace when he came on. Oh, sorry, when he was playing, he did get a shot which was I think it was point 0.8 xg.
Yeah.
So he missed that. Had he had confidence, he would have tapped it in. So and that would have been a completely whole new thing around words again. So I think that's there, but I think do take those players to take Liverpool picks with caution. I will not vote for Kirkes. I will not vote even for Virgil right now, because that 2 million or 1.5 million that you save out of him, you can easily get from any defender in the league right now. There are so many picks out there. Defcon, if he had that clean sheet, Liverpool were getting those clean sheet. I
Hmm.
think that was the case. But now with Allison injury, although Mama Dashwali was also top 7 defender in the Yashin Trophy, uh,
Goalkeeper.
yeah, goalkeeper. So, but I don't think he'll settle so easily into these league. It takes everyone by a surprise, and we have seen that. So I'm also not very convinced that we'll be better off or we'll be same like how it's been with Allison. Allison, even though he might be not in the best of the form, I think he has something, an aura in that goal that he kind of wins that one-on-one situation. With Mama Dashvili, I'm not sure whether that'll happen straight away or not. And Liverpool are giving away those one-on-one a lot.
I mean, to summarize, I would just feel that if somebody is wildcarding this week, I will probably not have even a single Liverpool asset
Yeah,
on my team.
it's safe to
It's
not.
very much like a, they have a couple of tough fixtures coming up, and it's very much of a wait and watch kind of a situation with Liverpool, wherein
Absolutely.
you are waiting for that one, attacker to emerge who will be hogging almost all the chances, or at least, for the team to get back to their scoring form, which they've sort of it's very mixed, as you were saying that mostly it's the first first 15 minutes and the last 15 minutes where Liverpool all
Yep.
are you can see them performing very well. Almost all of your matches you've won in the extra time or the last few minutes, and you've scored the first goal in the first few minutes. So it's been like that. I would definitely stray away from Virgil. There is a definite dilemma in that sense that at least Virgil could be somebody, but with uh, Allison out of the goal, I am not trusting that Liverpool defense at all.
Yeah.
Yep. It's fair to assume right now.
Okay, next go
Now,
to
how much
next.
wildcard date is different from wildcard? See, I think I have my team shared with Suraj, so we can discuss that. Um, I think, yeah, I think this is the one.
Yeah, this
Or
is the
is
one
it?
on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So one big change, I think I'll go with Isak, no matter if like minutes may be a risk, but I think I'm quite convinced that he'll get that start. So I think that
Yeah, I mean, post game week 7, I think definitely you can think of not having Gyökeres and punting on Isak. Isak specifically because uh, uh, you know Gyök- uh, that Ekitike has seemingly injured himself a little bit. Looks he said it's a sprain, but I think it might actually be a little bit of a hamstring issue. So that sort of solidifies Isak's position in the team. Guarantees his minutes a lot better, and it's a good punt to take on the best attack in the league. So yeah, I like that pick.
So you're talking about
right.
Ekitike's hamstring. It's
Yeah,
normal. He should be fit.
No, but I think it's like many managers are playing right now with the injuries. Murillo is still not back, who was back probably the next game according to Ange. But so managers are also not completely telling the extent of injuries with a lot of players. So I again take that. But I think Isak, whatever we've seen with Isak in this particular team, I think it is enough to say that it involves Salah more, it involves Words more, whereas Ekitike goes a lot of time, he's very deep, that and that interlinking play is not happening. So I do feel that that might be a better case for us. I'm going with Eze also, differential from, like, basically that's the Arsenal attacking cover. And the only reason, even if Eze is dropped, the idea is that whoever is coming from the bench can obviously
yeah,
give me 4 points, right? So it is safe to assume, and the upside with him is good enough
mm,
to have that. Gordon is a short term punt who after 10 will become Sar, um, which I think is good. Or Mente also is what I'm considering. Grinders is not going anywhere. Semenyo is not going anywhere. Senesi, Gabriel Anderson, Richards pick themselves. So that is consistent. The
yeah,
other combination of defender, like goalkeeper, is like Pope and Royce from Sunderland, who rotate really well with each other. If we keep them, then till the end of season we'll only get home games if we are playing. So
yeah,
that is an
Right.
exciting thing that there was a discussion on Twitter. I think Baker and above average FPL pod was mentioning that. So I think other than that, it's fairly similar. I think couple of picks changing in the midfield. I will not be surprised if people keep the identical playing 11 also, because the maximum that has changed is West Ham looks slightly better defensively, but I think it's still a fixture to target. They are still a team to target. It won't improve overnight. And otherwise, this team, Wildcard 6, I could foresee that this goes till game week 12 with also saving 2 or 3 transfers as well. So
yeah,
I don't think that has disrupted a lot. The only thing that maybe non-wild carders have an edge is because triple captain played out a certain way, which was obviously once in a blue moon thing. But other than
Yeah.
that, I think uh, you can still go with the same team.
So Rishabh is actually asking a very valid question, and he's, I think, in a situation little bit like yours, where he's asking whether he should wait till game week 13 for a wild card and not do right now because he already has both Haaland and Salah in the team,
Yeah,
and he's saying that Salah can go out of the team after the Chelsea fixture, and he can get basically anybody for the money
I
exactly.
in
think we can wait.
tied
Yeah,
up in Salah.
Yes. So I
So
have the
my
similar
my
team as
larger question is to Varun, what do you think wildcard 8, how different would it be from a wildcard 13?
very different. I think then you will have triple up of, like,
Liverpool.
you will have at least five players from City and Liverpool. You will have at least two Newcastle players, and I think you will also have Palace cover a
Yeah.
lot better than this one, or maybe
So
triple up again over there. Suraj,
So
you
for
want?
me, I think the top three teams in that wildcard 13 are City, Liverpool, and Newcastle, based on the fixtures from 13. These three teams have the best fixtures from 13 onwards. I feel this draft actually, if you think of it, is already more than halfway there. You have two attackers from City, you have one
Yeah,
from Liverpool, you have one from Newcastle, and if you're able to go with Pope and a rough kind of a rotation in in your
yeah,
goalkeepers, you have two players from Newcastle in that sense. Then, so it already is almost very close to that, and you'll be able to save transfers in the next 5 game weeks and have at least three. I'm assuming you might be able to save up to three transfers in the game and use them in game week 13 to get your best team possible.
yeah.
I
So
But yeah, long story short, the wildcard 13 will be different because I can see even wildcard 8, as Varun is suggesting here, is already different from our wildcard 6.
yeah.
We don't have any Liverpool, we don't have any
Alice.
Newcastle cover in the team
First,
as
we have
at the moment.
Bruno.
Neither do we have Palace.
What do you think,
Yeah.
First,
Suraj?
we
What
have
you
So
were mentioning about?
I'll tell you what my wildcard eight team, like I prepared a draft. I'm still contemplating if I should play it this game week. I'll show you my team. I have Salah and Haaland as well. Not very confident on Salah. But what I'm basically thinking about is triple up on Arsenal. The Raya becomes actually Pope. I can't have four Arsenal players. So Pope, Burn, double Newcastle, triple Crystal Palace, triple up on Arsenal, and double up on City, double up
Sunderland.
on Bournemouth, and double up on Sunderland. So this game week, if I play wildcard this game week, I'll be able to bench boost next game week, which when where Sunderland, I think Burnley plays Leeds and Sunderland plays Wolves, I think. Yeah,
just
Wolves.
get Jaden Anthony for Shaka,
Yeah, I
55
can do
package.
that.
I think
I can do that.
one thing
Yes.
is, Suraj, I will say that the fixture turn for Palace is coming little late. I think we can avoid that.
Yeah, but my
Otherwise, I
plan
think
over
it's
here
good.
is Mateta to Pedro after game week 9 and
Yeah.
Gyökeres to Isak. So that's my plan. This is only three game
But
week. I'll keep
on
Mateta and
that,
Gyökeres.
Suraj, I'll just quickly point out something on that.
Mm-hmm.
Pedro actually got a red card in Champions League, so he is ineligible to play our next Champions League match, which is against Ajax. So he's almost for sure starting the
I'm playing 90.
next two fixtures of Chelsea, and I'm
Will
pretty
Palmer be back
confident.
by that time? If yes,
Yeah.
then I
We
can
can't
keep
we
Pedro.
can't say that. We can't
There's
say
a
that. But
message on chat
what I'm
regarding
trying to tell
Gabriel.
you is he's almost guaranteed 90 minutes in the Premier League.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think Gabriel did get a knock last night, but I think we'll wait for Arteta press conference. He did get a knock, so
But I
uh,
there was few Twitter handles saying that he's fit. It was just a precautionary Arteta being Arteta. He just took out
but I
Gabriel
think
for.
he did get a knock though, so I'll still be keeping an eye
I'm
whether
not
so because
expecting anyway much from Arteta's press
Yeah,
conference. So,
yeah,
Gabriel should start, so don't
he
yeah,
should
worry
start.
about
Like
it.
we'll just put our necks out and say
Yeah,
80% will
he's
start.
probably fine.
yeah,
Let's get back to dilemmas. I have like 10 minutes,
yeah.
so we can cover as much as possible. I think notable FPL picks with injury again. Palmer stays there, Havertz stays there. Murillo is still out injured, but not a pick anymore.
Sa.
Um, from Liverpool, Ekitike is injured, Alisson is injured. Ekitike might be back next game, but Alisson looks like a 2 3 weeks layoff, so that is there.
I think
Um,
Raul is Jimenez is also injured.
Yeah.
yeah, Raul
Not sure
Jimenez.
for how long.
For those thinking of getting Voldemort also, I think Visa will be back in, I think, 2 to 3 game weeks. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
That will,
Okay,
yeah. So
KDH.
KDH is out for the
ADS
next
is out suspended.
Yeah.
5, maybe other 5.
Livramento is also out for 6 to 8 game weeks. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
Becker is out.
Livramento is a very
Expensive defender.
no, it's a very important injury in the sense that now I think almost Hall is certain to start on that
Yeah.
side. So you could think of, if you're thinking of an attacking Newcastle defender, because all of the Newcastle defenders are 5 million at the least. So instead of Burn, you may also think of going for Hall
All
and
is
expect a Hall.
5.3, right?
Is it?
I think it's 5.1 or
I
5.5 or
thought 5.
5.1. He was
Hall is
4.5.
5.3. Yeah, 5.3. Hall is 5.3. Instead I would go for Trippier, but I'm not sure. Is it fit?
no, he's not
Yeah.
going to start every game.
Even after Livramento's injury?
I don't think so. I think they are rotating a lot. I think Burn is the safest pick from me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get
Burn
Burn,
is the
Yeah.
safest.
Burn or someone.
Okay.
Burn, yeah. Burn.
Okay. Okay, so
All
let's
right.
go to next.
Senesi, Richards, Gabriel, Anderson is this season set and forget. I would say so. I will
Senesi,
even add.
Richards, and Gabriel are set in for. I'm not sure about Anderson, but
Anderson, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Senesi, Richards,
I
and
think
Richards
Gabriel set in forget
is
for
I
now.
think
fine.
if you see Anderson, I think he is the main player in that Fulham team. Like
Why
he's
not
the.
Burn?
Yeah, but he's in a Fulham team also, right? So he won't get as many clean sheets.
I rate Fulham really high. I rate Marco Silva high, so I will. I think
Yeah,
it's
but
a
you're
game.
you're rating the team high. They might win 2-1, 3-1, but they're still conceding goals. FPL wise,
Yeah.
Anderson might not be the best
Like
pick.
I will even like I have a bias for Tarkowski, so I will even keep
Right.
him in this list. But
I
otherwise, I
don't
think
think Tarkowski gets in this list, to be
No.
Why?
honest.
I mean,
last
Anderson
Again,
is
season,
fixtures,
But
fixtures,
before,
and there's a
but
lot of
again,
uncertainty
this
with
is more
Everton.
from
They do,
Defcon. This is more from Defcon standpoint.
yeah. So rather get Anderson and save a million. It's basically the same, exact same player profile you're getting for a million less. So I'd rather
But
save some funds over there.
that is where if Tarkowski repeats like last year, which is like 44 more points, which is a decent number if you're looking at the entire season. So that way, if he repeats that, I think that's he can be in this list again.
But yeah, this is more. So in terms of structure, I would so Senesi is almost getting to a 5 million right now. So you have that. You have Senesi, you have Gabriel. So you can maybe down the line, if you think you can switch to any premium defender like a Virgil or a Guardiol, and then you have basically the 4.5s for the remaining, and say a 4.0 for the last bench position. But yeah, that's probably the set and forget structure at the least.
Guys, let's
yeah.
Senesi,
So
Richards, Gabriel, I think they're going nowhere for me. They're
let's add
definitely
Matthew's
there.
I
question.
would,
Let's add
so
Matthew's question in this list as well, right?
yeah, yeah. Before we go
Yeah, yeah,
there,
sure.
instead of Anderson, I would go for Newcastle defense. I'm very strong on them.
That's okay,
Uh,
but I think we are good with Senesi, Richards, and Gabriel as
Yeah,
Yep,
season
yeah,
long.
yep,
yeah.
yep, yep.
yep.
So let's take Matthew's question on the free hit. Which are the
Matthew
fun
Kelly.
picks you would take?
Do you want a sarcastic answer since it's Matthew
I will
Kelly?
go
Yeah,
for Gordon.
Onana,
Chandler. I would go
I
with
think
Jaden
Eze.
Anthony.
like to
So
on a serious note, like guys pick a fun like Gordon is
yeah,
good.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
I think
Jaden
I
Gordon,
Anthony.
would
Eze.
definitely, yeah.
I would double
Let's
up
let's
on
go back to let's go back to the fixture.
fixtures. Okay, give me a
Yeah,
second.
I would
and try to
absolutely
figure
keep
out.
Jaden Anthony in
Not
this.
this one, the odds,
Or
fixture odds.
Oh, projected scores. Yeah,
Yeah. So basically, uh, I think Arsenal, you should definitely punt on somebody like an Eze in this week, especially
yeah.
because he did not start in the midweek Champions League fixture. He's most likely to start. So I would be
But
looking at
I
somebody
think
like
Matthew Kelly is
Arsenal.
talking about fun picks. Eze is a safe
I
pick
think
in
definitely
Arsenal.
a fun pick.
Eze is
He's
a
not
fun pick.
complete by any
I mean,
means
it's not a
right
fun
now.
pick. He's part of an Arsenal team, guys. Come on, he can
bro,
return.
but
It's not like
see,
fun.
it's away
Okay,
from
okay.
the
So
template idea.
Huh?
yeah,
It's not the template pick right now.
But
He
I,
can
Yeah.
I still
do
feel
also.
template will do better than Eze. Like Saka, going Saka over Eze, Saka will score more points than Eze. So if you have the money,
Saka is a
go
fair
for
shout. He
Saka.
scored in the he scored
But
yesterday as well.
like I think if we are talking about really fun pick, which I think then Calafiori and Timber are fun pick.
Yeah,
Then go
go
with
for
Enzo
Timber and
Fernandez also.
Gabriel.
Enzo Fernandez also. He might score.
Smart Devil
Against
is saying Sade,
Liverpool,
which is a
Yeah,
good
I
yeah.
pick.
don't think so.
I
Liverpool,
sure
no.
No,
have
no,
some
no, no.
faith in
Liverpool, I would
Though
ignore.
it is a tricky fixture. That's why I'm saying Nottingham look bad, really bad at
But I
defense.
would actually go with Isak if I'm free
Oh,
hitting
yeah.
because he's
Yes.
for sure going to start
But
this
I
week.
think Matthew would be keeping him. So I think in most of the free hit drafts I've seen, they are going with Isak because Ekitike
Isak,
got a cramp.
correct.
So
There's one
he
more. There's
becomes
one
a
more. There's one more fun pick called my cousin has him. It's called Garner. He's been playing really well for
Yeah.
Everton.
Everton. Yeah,
But
looked good
Everton's
last
match is,
game.
I think this matchup in game week 7 is not great against Crystal Palace. They don't really concede much.
They're
Uh,
playing at home though, so you never know what
So,
happens.
in terms of a fun pick, and since we discussed that Foden does really well against Brentford, I think
Oh, yeah.
Foden definitely is a pick on a free hit
Yep.
if you're thinking of him. Uh, would you go Villa? I wouldn't. I mean,
No.
I'd probably go with Jaden
You can
Anthony
pick,
rather.
you can surely pick Buemo against
I would rather
Sunderland.
I would rather
We're
go with
talking about fun picks, not funny picks now.
No, I
no.
still
I mean,
feel Buemo
I
Okay,
is
would
good.
think
Good.
let's do one each. Let's do one each and then move to our
Three each.
dilemmas.
Three each, I think. That would be fair.
Okay,
Yeah.
my three each. My first one is Gordon. Then my second is Timber, and my third will be. I think my third will be Strand Larson.
yeah, good one. Okay, so I'll
My
quickly round
Mhm.
up mine. So I think Eze for me is one. Uh, I would look at Isak if you're not already looking at definitely. And third, I would go with the Foden from City.
Yeah. For me, Eze, Foden, and Buemo. I'm going attack.
Elso, Foden and Bomo. Okay, I'll go with Anthony, Enzo, and Javi Simons.
So next week we there is a marriage where
Bro, when we
Vikas
say
is
fun,
marrying Jaden Anthony.
What?
bro,
Which one?
when
Which
we
one?
are saying fun picks, they should score as well, Vimarsh.
Yeah, yeah, they'll
Yeah,
score.
let's go back to dilemmas.
Okay. Yeah, you can ignore United players, Matthew. Not very bullish on them.
Okay, let's look at the fixture formation. I think we all agree that 3-4-3 is better moving forward.
Probably. Yeah.
I somehow feel right now 3-5-2 is better for now since we
Yeah,
don't
but
know the attacker.
Could be. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
fair
I
The
feel
shout.
thing
3-5-2 is better than 3-4-3 right now, currently. It might
the
change in
thing is it's easy to move into a 3-5-2 from a 3-4-3
yeah.
or otherwise also, but there's a potential with a out and out striker in your team, like you're definitely keeping at least Haaland and say one from Mateta or Pedro. Third one is a doubt, like whether you want to go for Gyökeres, but sooner than later I think you'll be having Isak in your consideration. So I think we'll revert to a 3-4-3. So it's better to go with that. So it's easy to move into a higher price player up forward.
Right. In terms of triple captain versus wildcard success, is there any new? I think we discussed.
Yeah, we discussed triple
Success
captain
before.
fixtures.
So Isak seems to be fixed in PS starting lineup. I cannot say for sure. So I think it's still wait and watch with him.
Yes, it's
Correct.
a bit early
Best
in the
mids to be considered for next 5-6 games. And this is interesting.
Anthony, absolutely keep him for the next 5-6 games. And
I
even
think I think I would definitely be moving into Ismaila Sarr very soon.
yeah, Sar.
He's
Yes.
on my
I think
mind.
I also rate Sar as one.
It's fixture proof
Then
again.
I keep second as I think Reinders is essential.
On the contrary, I don't think so. I think like that is one place where you can actually think of getting in somebody else because he's not also getting consistent DEFCON points every match. Also, he's there. He's play at least. the good part is he's one of those players from City wherein you're almost guaranteed that he starts. So that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
something which is, going for him. But
I mean, his
again,
positioning is appealing. So he's in the box also, so he can get a fluke goal here and there. So I think he's had already two double-digit hauls, which is good for that
I feel.
5.5.
And what about NDI? I think a lot of us have NDI, and now I feel his
Captaincy.
appeal has gone down drastically.
Yeah,
Uh,
So the problem with India is, and that is why I think I was initially not convinced because Everton are playing only from the Grealish flank. So anything is happening is very much focused from there. The player playing alongside Grealish is KDH, who even had a better chance than India last game.
yep, yep,
Could have scored, got a
yeah,
yellow card. It was a sad thing to happen, but I think that's why I think penalties doesn't seem to be their thing because their striker is not even doing anything to get those chances. At the end of the day, Grealish doesn't run in the box, which will get you penalties. The other way is getting in the corners or a fluke penalty, which is like in waiting for that thing, you can get a better midfielder in that
yeah.
same price.
I actually had him for the primarily for the West Ham fixture, but I've learned generally now over the past few years and right now also that never place your bets on just one match. Don't get a player for just one match. I
Fair
had him.
shout.
I thought he would return against West Ham, but
yeah.
my plan was bench Gyökeres in the last game, which worked perfectly.
I
But
would say I'll tell you why, because I think none of us were expecting that Potter will be sacked before the IB
yeah,
itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So if it was Potter still playing
then
that match, I think we could have expected some good
yeah,
points from the
Right, right.
Everton picks.
I think
I
then
mean,
people would have gone to KDH to be just like let it be
yeah.
that player and then upgraded or someone
I think
else.
Kudus is
Yeah.
a whole. I think Kudus is something to watch out for also. I'm
Yeah.
talking
Good, but I think
players also.
I
Yeah,
still feel again the reliance in that team is not like they are not showing any pattern of attack. Either sometimes it is the left side or right side. Some
I
games they
mean,
prefer Kudu's side because the
yeah,
team is set up that
Don't
way. And
don't buy
but
him. If you have him,
yeah.
keep him.
You
That's
hold
that's
him.
that
yeah,
Even
should be
Xavi
your, yeah.
Simons looked good in the last. He started well
yeah,
the last
he
game. He
was
was
good.
looking very attacking. So I think he's
I
also
think we
settling
miss
in.
Semenyo in best
I mean,
mates for next
I
five
think
to
he's a
six
Will be
games. It's
there.
given. He's a
obvious,
He's
but
given.
given.
yeah,
almost everyone has him right now.
I
yeah.
mean, with even with Clivert coming in, I think Clivert minutes are managed this
I think
season. So
only Ben Krellin doesn't have Semenyo, I think,
yeah.
if I
Okay.
remember correctly.
Last
Next.
few questions. So late goals becoming a theme in PL. I think we
Yeah.
discussed about Bruno. So I'm moving to the next one. Late
Hmm.
goals becoming a theme in PL this year. Does this improve importance of any of the bench picks?
No,
This
wouldn't
is
be
a
adding.
very maverick call to have. Like
Yeah.
No, I mean
we do
I
not have
that's
we do not have Chicharito who will like come from the
yeah,
bench and score every time.
yeah.
But yeah, late goals is becoming a thing. So that means
The
players who are
the
nailed from
players
the
who are
beginning.
playing the whole 90, they are more important now.
Yeah.
And
Or do the reverse. If your defender is getting subbed out around 60, 70 minutes, go for them.
Oh
Do the
wow.
reverse
Okay.
thing.
to
Yeah.
clean to lock a clean sheet,
Clean
the
sheet. Yes,
chance of
That's
yes.
locking
also
a
an
clean
impressive.
sheet.
I think Calafury, if that
Timber.
happens next game week, Aman, I think you will be on cloud nine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah,
Plus an attacking return. You
I'm
will
not
cover
saying
everything.
anything. If
Yeah.
I say
Yeah.
I
it
think
will
there is a
not
Cala Hall
definitely
due, so fingers crossed.
He
fingers
Though
already
crossed.
has
I
had
rate
balls. I
Timber
don't think
over.
it's due.
Yeah, it's not due. It's sad as
He
all.
already had balls.
Yeah, yeah, you already
Gabriel
had
was due.
like
Gabriel was due a
20.
Game
long time.
goal was due.
Saliba
You're
is
right.
due. Saliba is due in a real
Saliba got
sense.
in, he didn't play the last game, no?
Gyökeres is due,
But he
guys.
played last
Yeah.
game, like last night.
Do
Gyökeres.
we have
I think
do we
I
have
have.
our teams? We can quickly
Yeah, yeah,
look
yeah.
at the
Yeah.
teams.
Let's start with Varun. What are your plans? What are you thinking?
Uh, I think so I've already made my move. I've moved out ST for Senesi, but that was with an expectation that I'm going to bench boost before the Everton game played out. So Dewsbury Hall got a yellow card, so he's suspended for this game. So now I'm left with this team.
So you took out
The
ST?
only thing that I'm thinking is maybe playing Tarkowski over João Pedro, but that'll be a last minute call. But
You took
I
out
think I'll play
Steve,
Pedro.
right? Steve.
Yeah, I had ST, but I moved him to Senesi.
But why did you take Steve out? He's scoring goals
Uh, for his own team.
for his own team, yeah.
And then I think I'll play Dubravka over Cell, so that's a given. Other than that, if you have any 5.7 million, I think that's what I'll have in bank if I take out Dewsbury Hall. So if I can punt on any 5.5,
Jaden
I
Anthony,
might do bench
5.6.
boost again.
Jaden
But
Anthony is 5.6.
I
For
think
game
one
How
week,
much
thing,
do you have in the bank?
0.7.
I think you can easily exactly you have exact money to get to Jaden Anthony.
yeah, and he's good for the two game week 8 and 9. They're
Yes.
playing Leeds
No,
and
but I'm anyway
Newcastle.
wildcarding next week. So
So then don't do anything.
Yeah, then save. I mean,
I
you
think
have done
one
what you
thing,
had to anyway.
there are 10% chance that I will free hit if Gabriel is out.
Oh,
So,
We're not gonna know that. We're never gonna know that.
if Gabriel is
one,
out, play Tarkowski. You'll get Defcon against Crystal Palace for sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's see.
Also,
yeah,
And
also,
it's tempting this game week. That's for sure.
yeah.
yeah. If Matthew has a question, I think Aman can take it up.
He's saying we're
He's
still
done with
late
Bruno.
to make a decision on Bruno. I think his time in my team will be coming to an end soon. If
Palmer.
Palmer becomes available, would you pick him over Saka?
Yes.
I would.
Not immediately. I don't think so. I mean, I would rather be looking at Saka in the near term. You know,
No, but
it's
with Saka, there is no penalties. With Palmer, there is.
Yep.
there's
But
penalties. Yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
tell
You're
you
right.
there's one thing.
Especially
But
in game week 9,
Chelsea will manage Palmer's
manage
minutes.
his minutes.
Yes. So
Yes.
that's another issue.
So that's my problem with Palmer
And
going forward now.
yeah, based on fixture, Arsenal has a much better fixture than uh,
From 9, I think
Chelsea.
even
Yeah,
Chelsea
from 9
has.
Yeah.
Chelsea fixtures turn.
Yeah.
Until
Guys,
Chelsea's
I
team
will
is
take a
back.
leave. I think you guys
Sure, sure.
continue
Yeah, yeah.
and see you guys
See
next
you
week.
next pod.
Good.
Yeah.
So next week we are having Ritin on our pod. He's our current FPL Pulse Talk League leader. He's already in top 100K. It'll be fun to know his thoughts.
And
Yeah.
guys,
Anyways,
whoever on the live right now, please do like our stream and give a subscribe to our channel. We do these pods every week, and we put in a lot of effort to bring this whole information to you. We're really encouraging if you can just subscribe and hit a like to our stream. Helps us a
Mm.
lot. Thanks.
Yep, yep.
All right. So next team. Yeah, that's
Aman.
mine. So I just wildcarded last week, and I have a decent team for this week. I feel like with the likes of Bruno going against Sunderland at home, Brentford, Foden and Haaland against Brentford, uh, and Rangers there as well. Gyökeres is an amazing, looks amazing facing West Ham at home. I had a decision between João Pedro and NDI, but somehow it feels like João Pedro might actually have a better chance at goal with Allison no longer in Liverpool goal. So I'll probably end up playing João Pedro over NDI. Although NDI, there's a question between NDI and Rangers also in my mind. What do you guys think?
No, just play
So,
Rangers, man. There's no chance
Yeah.
I'll play NDI over Rangers. NDI is playing
yeah,
Crystal Palace, who are not
correct.
budging at all defensively, so there's no
See,
point. Unless they get a penalty, you get unlucky and NDI scores a goal. That's a separate thing because I have him too. But I'm playing Rangers. I benched NDI. This was my
and
Right.
plan. Play NDI last week against West Ham, and then bench Gyökeres, and then this week get Gyökeres into the team and bench NDI. So
yeah, the
I'm
way
Correct.
I usually solve this tiebreaker is if I already have punts in my team, I'll stick with the person who has greater ownership or more ownership because
Hmm.
I'm already taking a punt. So I think Rangers is the right choice. He's 34 or 35% owned. India is just
and
12% owned.
oh,
You won't lose. What?
I expected more people to have NDI. It's just
No,
And
it's
12%.
people removed him.
mainly a wildcard pick. He was
Yeah.
mainly a wild.
And
Okay.
people removed him after
When we
just
got
two
him,
shots on
people were
target.
removing him when we got him. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'll be rolling this week. I don't plan to
same.
make any transfers.
Yeah. Makes
It's
sense.
an easy selection.
Aman's
Vimash
and
will.
my yeah. So this is my team. It's mostly the same as Aman's.
But
So
I
you see
think
the captaincy on Bruno. I'll remove that and put it on Haaland. That's just temporary. But yeah, I have Kudus. That's one difference, and Van Dieven is there. But I
and you
think I
also have Donnarumma.
yeah, I went with Donnarumma instead of Raya because I wanted to have that liberty up front to have like three people from Arsenal, like
Makes
because
sense.
Gabriel has an attacking threat, and I had Gyökeres in my wildcard team. So I was under the impression that I would soon get Saka instead of Bruno. So I didn't want that slot to be compromised. So I brought in Donnarumma, and Donnarumma looked really sensational at least in the first 5 6 games. He still is. I
Still is.
expect him to keep some clean sheets going forward. But I think apart from that, I had NDI last week who didn't return, so I benched him, and my bench looks solid for now, and I'm
Yeah.
sticking to Kudus as well. And yeah, this is what it is for now. I'm rolling my transfer.
It's an easy role. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, makes
There's
sense.
nothing I'm doing to this team, and yeah, I was thinking of Richards instead of Joe Pedro, but then it's never wise to take out an attacker. So let's see.
Yeah,
I
Right.
might
I'd also go with an attacker rather.
Yeah.
see.
Okay, so are you done, Vimash?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay, perfect. So I have a dilemma over here. I don't have Arsenal attacker. I'm planning to get Gabriel instead of Neco Williams that you see over there. But
Yeah.
I don't have Arsenal attacker as such. And that's where I'm thinking, should I wildcard because it's enabled me to bench boost next game week as well.
Uh,
Uh,
Hmm.
I think you
and
should
But it's
wild.
weird. It's a weird week
I'll
to.
show you wildcard draft as well. Yeah, it is a
Hmm.
weird
How many
game week
transfers
too.
do you have, firstly?
I have one free transfer, that's all.
Oh, but you could take a hit, but that's up to you.
So it's
But then I can't
exactly
bring
how
Saka.
I think
Uh, Gyökeres, sorry, my
this
bad.
was
Go
a
ahead.
team how even Ritin he
Yeah.
has this kind of a team. Even Matthew who was in the chat he
Whoever
has
has
the
Salah
same
plus
kind of a
Haaland, yeah, would
Salah
have
Haaland
similar
structure.
kind of.
Correct. So
And
what do you think? Do you not want to wait till game week 13 to wildcard,
I
or
would
you are set
love
on a
to,
game week 8?
but I would lose out on a lot of points if Arsenal scores a lot of goals. That's where my worry is. If they score one, two goals each game week, I'm still fine. I can still manage, hoping that Salah does give something to me. But that's where the problem is. Not very confident on Salah. Whereas if I show you the wildcard pick, there are in total one, two, three, four,
Eight,
five,
eight
six, seven.
changes.
Yeah, seven main changes and total eight, nine change in the team.
Mm,
Correct.
but
Nine
attack-wise, Crystal
changes.
Palace doesn't have very good fixtures, if I'm not wrong. Or do
Yeah.
they? If
No,
I'm not
I
wrong,
mean,
they
they.
let me.
won't you rather bet on Isak from the get-go than going Gyökeres and Saka both?
Yeah, honestly, I don't think you should play your wild card right now. You could just remove Salah for Saka and just get Gyökeres instead of this thing. You'll have two attackers. You'll be sorted. You won't have Gabriel or someone, but you'll be sorted for the next few game weeks. Just take a hit and get Saka and Gyökeres if you want to. If you want to double up on Arsenal attack, and that's totally up to you.
Right. Who
Yeah,
would you rather have, Saka or Gyökeres? Hmm.
Saka. Oh no, Gyökeres. He's on pens. I forgot.
The other thing for it's like, yeah, if you're on a wild card, I'll probably think about Gyökeres for this
Yeah,
So
week,
I'll,
but then I'm thinking about Isak as much is the problem.
yes,
Maybe the structure is to go
I
for
think
both Gyökeres and Isak. What do you
I
think?
think
Even
given
that
given that
can be
there's so
done.
yeah, there's so much confusion, I think I should avoid wildcard until we know whom to pick. I think
yeah,
that's
That's
the strategy I should
exactly.
I
adopt.
don't think there is a
But
clarity in terms of the picks, and
hmm,
it's a good thing for all those who have wildcarded already because
yeah,
we this gives us a chance to save the transfers because everybody
right,
else is in the same confusion. Yeah, they have the same confusion. Uh, but I mean, if I were to actually just wildcard, I would probably have both Isak and Gyökeres in my team. I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
not have Saka instead, and the idea could be from after this game week, or say if I see Gyökeres not do well at all, it's an easy downgrade from Gyökeres to say somebody like a Mateta, and upgrading my midfielder to Saka.
yeah, that's what I'd planned also. So in the last game wildcard draft that I'd created, like when we put up the reel also, I'd mentioned there as well. The plan is to basically, if Gyökeres doesn't do well, I'll remove and get Isak in place of
Isak,
him, and
right,
just kind of downgrade either probably NDI now, considering Kudus looks fine. Probably downgrade NDI to a 4 5 million midfielder. So that was the plan initially. So I'm just right now satisfied that I'm going according to my plan and not making any hasty decisions.
Yeah.
And it looks fine right now. I'm solid and
yeah,
sorted. I got a good green arrow. I'm just like biding my time right now. I won't do any transfers for a week or two. I'm only the one person that I'm concerned about is Bruno. I just want to see how United do in this game, and that will dictate if I get Saka or if I get Isak or stuff like that.
I feel Bruno will really
Yeah,
show up this week. I
yeah,
feel so. He amongst all the United players, he's the most passionate. I feel he has that leadership quality as well, and he
yeah,
beats himself up a lot about his performance when he does not do well and when the team doesn't
yeah.
do well. And I think he'll be raring to go and show what
Yeah.
he's all
Yeah.
about. And
A quick
Sunderland
Also,
is like the
that's
exact
why
match
Aman,
he needs
yeah,
to build up that
no, that's why
confidence.
Henry and Aman would have been on a different trajectory altogether if Bruno had scored in the last game.
Yeah,
It's
Yep.
just very
Yep.
unfortunate that he didn't. We would have been on an easy 10 to 12, 13 pointer, right?
correct.
But
Yep.
unfortunately, that
Yep.
didn't happen.
Yeah.
All right, a
One question
few
to you
dilemmas.
for
Yeah,
Bruno owners. Has Bruno ever given the penalty to someone else since he started in Premier League? Has that ever happened?
maybe Ronaldo.
I
Was
think
that?
Ronaldo had pens by default.
Yeah, yeah, it's a given.
So
What
did
was the
Bruno
question?
ever did Bruno ever give his penalty to someone else? Because
I think
I'm
he had.
contemplating if United is in a game where they are losing or in a draw situation and they get a penalty, given that his latest two penalties he didn't convert, can he give it to Buemo or Cunha?
No, but he did convert one, no? Like out of the last three,
Out
he's
of
converted.
three, one.
Yeah,
Yeah, not a good
I think it's
that.
okay. I don't think he'll give it to anyone because considering the shootout that we did against Grimsby Town, Cunha also missed and
Yeah,
Ellis missed. So
Embo
I
also
think
misses.
anyone is in a position to
Buemo missed the second one. He did convert the first one, and
correct,
it was a
correct,
crossbar that he put. But okay,
correct.
before we go ahead, I want to take up Matthew Perry's question on Saka or Gyökeres. What are you feeling, guys?
Gyökeres,
Whom will you pick?
Gyökeres,
Gyökeres?
For
just for
now,
penalty.
So I'll
because
tell you.
Saka won't even have full minutes, I think he won't probably. Although he played 19 Champions League, so that sort of puts me off
No, he didn't play.
Saka.
He didn't play. He came from bench and scored.
Oh, he
I
came
think.
from
Yeah,
bench.
yeah, I think so. Let me double check that.
So in that case,
Yeah,
I
he
think
came from bench.
yeah, at least
But in
Saka
But
anything else, I'd go
starts.
with
one more.
Gyökeres for penalty because
I'll tell
Shaka
you
is
about penalties. There are rumors that Saka held the ball. Now it could be
Yeah,
for
I saw that. I
protecting
saw that.
Gyökeres, but there's someone who also told that Saka told to Gyökeres in his ears, this one you can take. I don't know what to decipher from
That's
this
some
statement.
conspiracy.
I have no idea who like from where it came from or where the rumor started,
if
but
Saka is on pens, he's a straight entry into my team in place of Bruno.
it could be
Yeah,
that they could share, but currently it's 75-25. 75 goes to Gyökeres. He's on pens, 25 for Saka, but I'm not 100% sure who's on penalty, to
So
be
that will
honest.
also be our percentage split in terms of who to choose. 75% Gyökeres and 25% Saka.
Saka.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
go for Gyökeres. You
Gyökeres
might
for
lose
now.
out a lot if he scores, if he hauls.
Yeah,
But yeah. Okay, and if you're playing free hit, go for Saka and Gyökeres, no doubt.
yeah.
Hmm. That's a good
Uh,
thought. So a
right.
few questions. I think again some dilemmas. So Rushabh is asking whether should he start Xhaka over Van de Ven? Van de Ven is playing Leeds. Xhaka Sunderland is
I
playing
would start
United.
United. I would start Saka. I would start Saka against United. You never know.
Your charge Xhaka. I
Yeah,
think yeah,
Defcon
Leeds
points
probably Van de Ven is away to Leeds,
leads.
so Leeds have it in them to actually score a goal against
Saka could
Tottenham.
very
They
well give Defcon and
Yeah,
assist against United.
and
Yeah,
Leeds
so
are in form.
Shaka, correct. I would definitely pick Shaka over Van de Ven unless, yeah, I would. And then
Also,
João Pedro
United.
against Liverpool, yeah, I would go for him. Or the other option is Foster against Villa. Foster has not really done too well. He's there if you want to play him in a bench boost week. But
But
apart
he
from
does have
that, I
two or
don't
three
think he's
Yeah.
goals,
a
no?
starter.
If
He
the
does have two
question
or three.
was, yeah, he does that.
Yeah,
But if the question was Anthony against Villa, I would pick Anthony. But
I would
now
probably pick, yeah.
Foster, I'm not sure. I'm not very sure.
I
João
would rather
Pedro,
pick João Pedro.
yeah.
He's certain to start against Liverpool, and Liverpool he has it in him to score a goal. So I would
yeah.
pick him.
Yeah, yeah. Also, don't go on the stat for last 3 game weeks on Chelsea. They have what, two
Red
or
cards.
three red cards, 10
Yeah.
men
Three, yeah.
playing. Pedro only getting one shot on target or
Chelsea's
one
red.
shot in total. That's fine. Just ignore those
Chelsea's
three
red.
data points.
Chelsea's just like
Chelsea's
Manchester
red.
United.
Yep, yep. And I'm counting on Konate making the mistake. And given that Van Dijk and Konate play a lot wide, they don't come in center like when we are attacking. There's a lot of space that is left in center for Pedro to run.
Probably.
Any random pass from Enzo or anyone in the team straight down the line, like towards central pitch, Pedro can take that run and score a goal. And again, Alisson is not there. That's the major
Yeah.
thing. One on one, that's gone. Liverpool
I'm
doesn't have a
just
chance now.
I'm just totally banking on Pedro Neto and João Pedro, both the Pedros of our team, because they are the only players who have looked really bright. Even last match, Garnacho started, and he was not impressive on the right wing as such, and on the left wing rather. And then in his place, Jamie Gittins came in the second half, and he was equally poor. So I'm not so hopeful about all the other places, I think, except Pedro
Yeah.
and
Right,
Pedro Neto.
right.
Yeah. So yeah,
Hello,
let's
Ritin. Hello, Ritin.
hello Ratan.
You're just in
Okay.
I think
time. We're about to
for the end.
end our pod.
And yeah, if you have
Going for
guys
the
any question, shoot up. We'll wait
And
for
do give us
another
a
a
follow.
minute.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
reach out to us on Instagram, on our handle at Pulse FPL, and you can even reach out to us on X, Pulse underscore FPL underscore Pulse underscore Talk. That's our handle. And yeah, do please give us a follow. Give this video a like. Helps us helps the video come up more to other people being suggested and helps us a lot.
yes.
Uh,
Yes, I second that.
But yeah, and thanks for everybody who joined in the live. Thanks a lot.
Yes, thanks. Thanks everyone.
Okay, if we don't
All
have
right.
any other questions, yeah, we can end the pod.
All right. All the
See ya.
best.
All the best for
Thank
game
you.
week 7.